Quentin Hoffman. We're here on a somber beach.
We are
with Before Your Eyes. This is an interesting game. It's a I'm not gonna show too much of it here because it is kind of like very story focused. It's like very narrative focused game. So I'm gonna jump into an early chapter here.
okay. And Mike, this is the game that is making people cry, right?
Yes, I can tell you. I played this game. I've beaten this game. It's only about 90 minutes. So I beat it in. And yes, I will even say it got me emotionally in the end. So we'll jump into this chapter here. Another big thing about this game, I'll show right out the gate when we get into the game. As we load in, is that it's controlled. Parts of it are controlled by blinking.
Okay. That's like the big gimmick, I remember.
Yeah, so I can hit kind of when you first boot the game for the first time, it takes you through this rigmarole. But anytime I can hit space, and look, that's me. Hello.
That's Mike.
Hi. Make sure you're and then you can do this kind of like readjusting. So I'll just kind of go through the thing just so people see it. So position your head. See, it's telling you kind of just so there you go. That. And I'll blink a few times.
I just think that this mechanic is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
No way I've heard it described.
And then I'll blink.
And Mike, this is the first time that one of our faces is being shown on a viewpoint.
I know, right?
Monumental.
It got them all. It's not perfect, but like I will say, like this mechanic and this like playing the game with this way is I think worth it. Again, it's like I beat it in 90 minutes, so it's like it's not a super long game. But I'd also did immediately find sometimes there were definitely moments when some of the stuff got a little finicky with like tracking blinkings or tracking too many blinkings. And you can see right here, if you don't ultimately want to play it, you don't have to play it with eye detection. You can just play it without. And I should say I'm playing this on PC, obviously, because I'm a webcam. It is just on PC because I would ultimately assume there's not a lot of consoles that make that easy to do. Maybe on mobile. Maybe this will come to mobile phones. But
I think it might work well on like mobile. Yeah, I just looked in to see if it was on Mac or Linux because I want to play it on my Mac. And it's not yet. So
gotcha. So I'll just say got them all. I think we'll be okay. So I'm just jumping into a point here. Kind of like the basic setup that the game gives you. First is you're kind of this young child who like can't speak or kind of has it's kind of set up in a way so you're not do that, but you're with kind of your parents who are kind of trying to raise you and stuff and give you the best life, and you're kind of growing up. So that was me blinking to draw.
I already did.
Oh, thank God.
oh, this was cool.
Yeah. So whenever a metronome pops up is when I can
I got this.
I can blink and then it moves to the next scene. So here we go. I blinked, and now I'm going to the next scene here.
Of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready.
And so they just got this cat. Like the last scene before this was they found a stray cat.
Possibly happened to the files.
And wanted to have it for the kids. So now I'm learning to draw. Oh, cat peed.
Cat shit. That's normal cat shit.
It's normal cat shit.
My cat.
So let's go to the next scene here.
I'm flying him out in February, remember? I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not?
Oh, yeah. See, that was kind of one of those little moments where sometimes the blinking gets a little
use it to measure time,
finicky, and it kind of blinked me quickly through a scene here.
I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit.
So I have a question, Mike. Is there subtitles in this game?
Good question. Can I enable?
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Subtitles. English. Features will be altered when using subtitles. Would you like to enable limited subtitles? Yeah, let's just keep it on that.
Yeah.
Once told me when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time.
Okay, didn't put anything on there, unfortunately.
Genius.
Yeah. Well, if like
might live
limited
on
is
after
like
you're
when
gone.
you're interacting with a character.
So I
instead of
asked him.
just- yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it
What
goes.
about your children? Thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said,
Yeah, and a lot of this game is kind of like
if you made a
the story of the family
I could live on through that.
and like your character,
I haven't seen him in over
Growing
10
and
years.
yeah, growing your character growing up, but also your family and your parents and.
Yeah, I'm afraid that I'm gonna play this game and just like fucking cry.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot. I will say it gets pretty
Stay in time with the metronome,
heavy
okay?
towards the end, because it kind of, I will say that there's kind of like bigger reveals later.
okay.
That I don't want to spoil or anything. So
and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E.
there's also a lot of this where like
You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
the mother was kind of like noticed you had like a knack for
Okay,
playing
grip
piano,
on it, just like that.
so she's like trying to teach the kid the piano.
Oh my!
Yeah, you take the photos.
I don't think you like that, pal.
You
Sorry,
freaked,
buddy.
You freaked out the cat.
Turn
doing
around,
that.
Elle, so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
It's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of really cool effects.
Ernie,
Ernie.
buddy,
Ernie!
Ernie.
Ernie, we need you!
That was them calling for the cat, by
So
the way.
you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
But
Yeah.
Ernie's
Also,
the boy.
And you're sure about that?
Ernie was a quote unquote a boy, as you can see.
Uh-huh.
Cat's clearly pregnant.
That was based on. I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
I don't know. I didn't think about it. It just
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it
It
transitions.
keeps coloring the
and
grass
opens it
blue,
up
the ocean
is
green, and then the sky
Yeah.
red.
Very.
what's wrong with that?
No, are you kidding? I love
It's
it.
clicking all the boxes for me.
Yeah, it's just a little tricky when you have those moments of like, because you can blink at any time like that right there, and it's just
Yeah.
the metronome.
Yeah, but that
it's still like done in a way that's like. It's done in a way that like you don't feel like you ultimately probably aren't missing a lot, and like
complex.
again, having done the whole thing, I think it still works like and gets everything
But
across.
just take it one day at a time.
It does and nails everything it's trying to do. It's just sometimes it can be a little finicky.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of like it works for the mechanic too because of like the old the I
You're
don't
really
know
getting there, honey.
other countries, but the
Next
American
week we'll
version,
start working on your other
like,
hand.
blink and you'll miss it. You know what I mean? Like or your whole life will flash before your eyes.
Okay.
Right.
2 brackets on each side.
Also, shout out to this man building definitely an IKEA table.
Yep.
2
I had to
washers
build
on
my
each
fair share of
He
that,
said
and I just
find the
want to
zero,
say
and he just drew an arrow
it's
pointing
really
to it.
not that old.
You're right.
But I get why people get confused.
I want that box full by the
Yeah,
time
there's some people aren't. Yeah, some people aren't
anymore. We're getting rid of it.
builders.
They're not. They don't have a knack for being handy. That's just
Oops.
me being the Josh the little man that I am.
House. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have 5 minutes to get down, or I'll drive it back with you up there.
It's not my house. Not.
So do we play as
Well,
Chloe or?
that you.
No, so that's your next door neighbor.
I'll have your
Okay.
hat. I'll feed them to the cat.
Chloe, I'm playing inside.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm talking to you.
No movement. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you always out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Chloe!
Quiet, everyone. Betty,
But no, it's
play for us.
I think to draw a small comparison to Genesis Noir real quick. It's interesting how this game and that game.
Wow,
Tell the
L,
story.
he's unbelievable.
Right.
God, I didn't realize our
I think it's just
musical
we're
prodigy.
seeing something
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
interesting
But
happening right now in like the game.
The class is world
telling
history.
narratives in maybe the most
My name is Mr. Isaac.
unconventional way,
The class
Yeah.
will be broken up in.
Hey,
and
you.
it's just
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
Sure it is. We are in the same class. What a coincidence. Please keep in mind that that's while we're at school. We don't know each other. Do not talk to me. Love, Chloe.
This is a quote. I want
That's
each of you
kinda
to
rude.
write it down.
All right.
Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space. Okay.
I remember
now we'll go
those
on to
people
the
in
next slide.
high
Chloe.
school and
Tell me,
grade school.
what did the
Yeah,
quote say?
right.
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yeah.
So, oh,
Oh.
yeah, again,
Tried to
the
convince
blinking,
your father not
yeah,
to buy you that thing, but he
sometimes.
But it,
half suspected
even but
himself.
like I said before, it's kind of interesting how it happens before like quote unquote important scenes.
Yeah, like you can see, I kind of had that moment where I could, I could have chosen, it kind of gave you a limited time, and I chose to whisper to her. Oh, what happened here? It's me.
Did the game bug out?
I'm not sure. I don't remember it blacking out like this at this moment, but I could be mistaken. Let's see. Here, we'll just quit out of here. And maybe reset there for a second.
But even if we have to cut it there, I think that's a great look at this game.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do. This is where we were. This is the thing. I think we were at the start of this. So, because I wanted to get to one little bit, but yeah, here
So
we
what
go.
do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year?
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it.
This takes me back to
Just
when my
like to see
family
you
was
really rise to the occasion, just this once.
the business.
I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that. What was that? Was that the piece? What is going on with you these days? I barely.
Crumbled it.
Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
Fuck you, Mom. I'm gonna talk to my friend.
Yeah, and if I don't know if you notice, but like but it does a particular thing of like when you put the icon over it to do it, it like melts it away
Really calling you again?
in a way that so you can't interact with it.
So listen, I found a construct.
Whoops.
So, is there multiple endings? to this game?
Anubis
Or is it just one
in
ending?
the
Yeah.
presence
So
of my
yes,
eye.
you can.
who you remember is the goddess
you can
of truth and
I don't
justice,
necessarily think there's
with
like
the way that
different
the
endings,
deceased
but there are
soul against
ways you
the
can play it
feather,
out
determining
that alter
whether it was
how
worthy of
things
entering
go
into
down
her
later in the
land
game.
of the dead.
Okay.
And what if they are deemed unworthy?
And I will
Well,
say the game
you can see
uses a
that
lot of
ugly
that stuff to
furball
very
under
great
the scale?
effect.
Yeah, that's
That
what I figured.
is Amamet.
Because like the
She's
idea
got
of like the quote unquote
yes,
disobeying
that's a
versus
she.
following your.
the head of a crocodile, fur of a lion.
Hey,
See,
Mr. Kid.
hippopotamus.
Look at it.
So I would not say that to her face. Now, as
See who we
you
got.
see, she is ready to
So
devour.
after my dad goes to sleep, I'm going to
any
sneak
of
out to the
those
beach.
seeds you do not
Sleep on the
pass
beach if you
good.
want to get invited. Sure, Mr. Isaac
Sorta
feeling
like
constipated.
me with your weekly quizzes.
Do I do it?
Yeah.
So I am not quite sure why I don't hear more frantic scribbling right now.
Ew, why is he so scared?
So here you go. One day till audition.
Just as he's starting to make
friends.
Yeah,
Curious
I'm
how
pretty
this is
sure
gonna
the
go.
only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives that killed him.
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something. I mean, no offense at all.
Your Cube. Shout out.
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
I don't know if that, Mike. I don't know if that's how that works.
Tell your son to turn the lights off.
Mm-hmm.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
Benny, I say turn the lights off.
Shout out to
not
this
just
dad.
Mom.
Mm-hmm. The dad is very good.
Benny, damn it.
That reminds me a lot of
Benny, turn
my
the
dad,
lights off.
actually.
Anybody? Mom wants the light. Benny, we want the lights off.
We
Let's see
Just
Mom.
maybe the most blissfully ignorant man.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out in the
Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But
You know, I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Consters is actually a really good game.
Well, God, yeah,
Bobby didn't
that's
sleep at all. Out in the cold.
that's a little frustrating because
You're already feeling
the
sick,
blinking
aren't you?
thing can, and sometimes it's like a finicky thing of like I wasn't actually
You know,
blinking,
practice
but it
counts for
picked up
something.
that I might have been blinking.
Just try and
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little unfortunate
own
that
time,
I kind of
Benjamin,
got cut like
we are
that, but
very excited to
you can calibrate it better. I kind of
Rush through it.
rushed through it here just for because we're kind of doing a video here. But here we'll go. Let's try and do this piano thing, right?
Oh, okay. I think that's enough.
That's been way too quick for like a
So-
13-year-old to pick up.
Yeah.
Benjamin,
It's kind of doing it
why
purposefully.
don't we plan on having you come back?
because the whole thing was
again, once you've had
because we
a bit
unfortunately
time to
kind of
practice. Yes?
the blinking thing was maybe being a little
As you
finicky
know,
there, but
Burton isn't the
it was
right
kind
fit
of
for every
basically you went
I
out
wish you the best
with
of luck on
Chloe,
your
your
path,
neighbor,
wherever it
and hung
may take
with her for the
okay?
night on the beach instead of sleeping the day before your kind of big test.
I really want to thank you and your mother
So-
for coming all the way out here. I know it was.
This is kind of one of those
Right.
moments where you're kind of like picking these
maybe I pushed you too hard. Maybe I turned
kind
on
of
my own
like
father.
one of the bigger choices
I
to
don't
kind of
know.
split the direction of where things end
You
up
have to
going.
find something to
Because you could have
focus on.
chosen to stay and sleep. I'm sure that
The
would
world
have
isn't very
you would have
kind to
been
people who aren't really
maybe
good at
playing the
something.
piano way better. But we'll just
You want him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small
we won't go
thing
too
I
much
need to
further
look at
after
before I can
this.
let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, having him home for a while means I can spend more time with him.
Yeah.
This isn't
Video
video game time.
games.
Video games.
I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Mom, video games are productive.
You're damn right, because that's what we're doing right now.
You gotta work on that Destiny 2 Battle Pass, you know what I mean?
That's right. It's got to get into some Season of the Chosen.
Exactly.
So let's pick up this boat. Maybe let's do some drawing. But yeah, what you know, you can see maybe the next direction the game goes is as you kind of choose your way around life and your life choices and kind of things as the game plays out. But yeah, that's before your eyes.
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
Now I'm a cool artist.
Graphic designer.
That's right. But we'll leave it there. Yeah. I think I was unfortunate those last couple of moments I kind of got blinked over because I didn't take the proper time to set up the blink kind of detection there. But you can get a little finer and work a little bit better. But I also will admittedly say even in my first go through there were some finicky moments with it. So if it's really if you saw some of this or try it out for yourself and don't really vibe with it, you can play without it. But I will also say even with those finicky moments that can appear, I still think playing it this way also was generally effective, and the game goes places you can see kind of these moment to moments or even kind of are good, but I would say it gets much heavier in the later parts, and that's me. It gets much heavier towards the end of the game, and deals with some stuff, but it's very interesting. I liked it a lot. That's Before Your Eyes. It is on Steam. I'm gonna wave everybody goodbye for the first time on the thing. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.